Hello to all you Librans, welcome for your monthly horoscope forecast for November 2014 and what is happening with the planets, what are they doing, and especially for Librans in general of course. But what is happening? Well, there are a couple of things that are important, I think. First of all, the fact that there is a stellium in the air. And I'll explain that in a minute. Secondly, Saturn is playing a huge role as well. And thirdly, Mars shifts into another sign. So let's get started with this stellium and what does it mean? Especially the two first weeks of the month, the two first weeks of November, there is a stellium, which means 3 or more planets in the same sign in your second house, which means an overdoses. An overdoses of energy of the element water, because it's in Scorpio, so it's going deep, being intense, intensely focused, intensely committed, could be also being scared of something, or yeah, but the main thing is going deep and exploring that into the depths and defining that, because Saturn is there. Saturn is already for a long time in your second house and it's the last month it's there. How nice for the Librans. Why? Because the second house is a very Venusian house. It's the house of the Taurus, and Taurus is also ruled by Venus, which is also your ruler. And your ruler will also be in this second house. So, first of all, a whole bunch of planets in that second house. And secondly, Saturn, that is already there for 2 years now, is triggered because all those planets, faster planets, are going to pass Saturn. First it will be your ruler, Venus. It's going to conjunct Saturn. Then it will be Mercury, going to conjunct Saturn. And then it will be the Sun, going to conjunct Saturn. So huge emphasis on Saturn, huge emphasis on your second house. Now what does it mean? Saturn wants to discipline you, wherever it is. So Saturn wants to make things a little bit harder in order for you to become stronger. It is mastering something. And the second house is your self-trust. That's one thing that is key here. It's about mastering yourself. It's about your talents. Having a big focus on talents of what can you do, what is not there to do. It's about your confidence. How do you feel about yourself? How do you set your boundaries with other people? Not too strict, not too tight, not too open. And it's also, of course, about money. It's a money house. It's also about be not too stupid with money. It's not giving it out if you haven't got it. Things like that. So there has been an emphasis on that second house for a long time now, for 2 years. And as I said, it's the last time that Saturn is in that house. But it seems that whilst all those other personal planets are crossing it, it seems that like it is the last month that Saturn is there, but it's going to be very intense and very activated and very much to the forefront. So it's a last hard work on the second house. It's the last hard work, not forever of course, but for you Librans, on your self-trust, on your stability, on your financial stability, on your talents and how you develop them and how you think these are the unique talents that you have. We all have them, but we need to define them. These are all the things that you Librans have been doing for quite a while. And next month, Saturn leaves that house and then it starts all over again with another area of life. So it's a time that you will gain the fruits, certainly at the end of November and already, and of course the beginning of December. You will see the fruits of your hard work that you've been doing in that second house of second house is a house of being responsible for yourself, being responsible for your own resources. Maybe you are a young person and now you learn how to take care of yourself. That's also second house. It can be as simple as that. For other people, it's about you putting in a little bit more boundaries towards other people, and to start putting some boundaries with yourself. Because that's where it all starts, of course. If we are saying to ourselves, I want to achieve that, and I want to be a bit more disciplined in that, a bit more committed to that, then we need to start with ourselves, of course, otherwise it won't work. So a lot of you Librans also have been working very hard on your income, on your financial situation. It probably, especially with the ones who have a Libra rising, with Saturn going to the second house, it can mean having fear of losing too much money or having fear of having not enough money. And strangely enough, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to have less money. It's just you are a bit fearful towards that. Because maybe you have changed jobs, or maybe you earn a little bit less than usual, or whatever, or you have more expenses, and that's why your fear comes from. But whatever it is there to give you that discipline that will help you through the next months, years probably, to have better foundations, better boundaries with spending, with how do you receive your how do you work economically, I mean, with your own resources. So these are all things that a Libran is not really that crazy about, because it's a very earthly house and you are an air sign. You want to have fun, you want to have and Venus is in the first couple of weeks, it's in Scorpio. That is very challenging for you, because it's in the deep waters of the Scorpio. It goes deep, it goes to the extreme, and Libra really doesn't want that. So, but again, it's supposed to be like that. It has a reason, and the reason is to make you more defined, to restrict yourself a little bit more, to discipline yourself a little bit more, to commit yourself a little bit more towards your own earnings, towards your own values, towards your own boundaries. So it's a good time for Librans to spend some time with putting, with thinking, and because Mercury is also in that area, thinking but also doing, because the Sun is also there, about how you put your own boundaries with your goals and with your resources, and so on and so on. So it's a deep month for all of us, and for you it's on this very, very earthly house. So be in the body. I've said that to other signs as well. It's very important, especially also for Librans who are very airy, to be in the body and to feel your body, because the confidence comes from that. The confidence, the second house is an earth house, which is the body, and the body is intelligent as well. It's not all there in our mind. The body is the mind as well. It has all. If you look at it, I saw a picture once with the whole nervous system of our body, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So we have an intelligence of the body. So if you want to be, if you say, oh, that resonates with me about the more confidence and the more trust in me, you start with your body. You start to listen to your body. You start to become more in your body by being active, by moving, by doing exercises, or doing some kind of sports that you like, or some movement that you like, because becoming very much aware of your body makes you a stronger person. It's not only just reading a book about being confident. You need to feel it, because otherwise it's not there, it's not real. And that's what Librans are experiencing at the moment. So, you've got Neptune in your 6th house. I'm just looking because the 6th house is about your health, your physical health, but also your mental health. And you do have the opportunity, because Neptune goes forwards again around the middle of the month. That will be around the 16th, 17th. So you have new opportunities to relax and to become more, to be more in your body. As from that time, maybe doing some yoga, maybe doing something that moves your body and you feel your body more, in order to become more confident. So it's not all in here. And another thing that is quite important as well is Mars. Mars shifts signs and is into Capricorn for the whole month, and that will be your 4th house. That's a key house, that's a crucial house, the 4th house. And who's there in the 4th house? Pluto. So Mars will also aspect Pluto. So it means it's going to be intense when it comes to our desires, when it comes to what we want to do. And the 4th house is again a very deep, is a water house. It's a deep house, and it's a house of your core. It's a house of your identity. It's a house of literally your house. So for some Librans, they're gonna move. They're going, because Mars is action, splitting, and Pluto is transformative. So it could mean a move. For others, it means a standing up towards the people that you were at home. So maybe you live at home with mom, with dad, and you're having those boundaries, challenges with your parents. Could be the case as well. Remember, don't make it an ego conflict. Understand their position, but also understand your position and try to find that balance. That's also Mars and Pluto in the 4th house. But in general, I think it's a good time to move the furniture. It's a good time to be active at home, to work at home maybe, or to just do some action at home in general. So a very multi-faceted month for the Librans. Enjoy it. I wish you a good month for the month of November. Have a good month, and thank you for listening. Bye bye.